Luck is what happens when struggle meets opportunity and makes success. You probably have heard this irrefutable success mantra 1,000 times, but it's hard and ditzy to believe that success comes from luck and not struggle. Today we'll be discussing one such struggle story of the $1 million package delivery services owner, Fedrick Smith, and how luck changed his life when we were just on the verge of bankruptcy. Who's not well acquainted with what is today one of the most famous and globally renowned delivery services companies, FedEx? Founded in 1973 by the name of Federal Express, it has influenced the antiquated yet incompetent way of trading online. As everything starts small, FedEx was also initiated with a small capital of $4 million that he received in the form of inheritance money right after he graduated from Yale. By the way, if you're enjoying the content, please support our channel by subscribing and press that bell icon to get notified when we make a new upload. The aim was clear. Fedrick knew what he wanted to do and was in dire search of a company through which people used to see the sending and receiving of parcels without holding back due to the lack of efficient delivery service. From the start, he was sufficiently dedicated and confident to share his idea of starting FedEx that could cater to the delivery of thousands of packages daily. Who we now know today as the founder, CEO, and chairman of the American multinational delivery service, FedEx, was once diagnosed with a severe bone illness during his childhood, but neither this nor his father's death when he was 4 could hold Fedrick back from making his remarkable name in a pool of experts and professionals. He was often asked about his ambition during his graduation period at Yale, and what he only replied was to bring ease and comfort to people's lives with increasing e-commerce trading. Fedrick states that he once wrote his idea in the term-based university paper during his final graduation year. After acquiring an economics degree from Yale, Fedrick moved towards Vietnam to serve as a Marine for earning bread and butter, but he knew he wanted to do something else. Despite doing pretty well in the Marines and achieving several awards, he left the job to buy the controlling interest in ARC Aviation Sales, an aircraft maintenance company, at the age of 26. This crucial step was the first milestone to reaching his billion-dollar goal of FedEx. While spending his time in this company, he learned many important things about trading jets and what they lack to provide time-sensitive deliveries all over the world. Due to his immense interest and dedication to serve in this field, he grabbed things pretty quickly and well. Hence, Fedrick founded his first company, Federal Express, a package delivery company that will ship your packages from one corner to another corner of the world. He could now see his long-craved dream gradually becoming reality, but there was still a long way to go, and Fedrick had to experience his share of struggles. Who knew that once this small package delivery company will have a whopping worth of $3.7 billion, with combined revenues from FedEx, Washington Redskins, and many entertainment and production companies. His revolutionary idea about founding a shipping company might have felt like a stupid idea at the start, but Fedrick knew the potential of this billion-dollar company today. The company Federal Express started in 1973 when he was 27 and was able to gather a capital of $91 million only at the beginning of the starting of the company. Smith's incredibly inspiring vision proved as a smooth passageway for his aim of delivering every small to big parcel in a time frame of 1 to 2 days, which was unexpectedly incredible. Moreover, the delivery service also announced the delivery of urgent parcels by their efficient air freight shippers. In the ambition of creating a global ecosystem of delivering parcels, Smith had a room opened for plenty of struggles that didn't leave the Fedrick back too soon. On April 17, 1973, the company launched its first set of 14 aircraft from Memphis, Tennessee, that carried up to a total of 186 packages to 25 cities throughout the United States. The owner, Fedrick, and his whole team had high hopes from this first launch, but fate had something else planned for FedEx. However, the fuel prices suddenly showed a staggering rise and didn't seem to stop rising soon. As a result, the company had to unfortunately face a disastrous loss of $1 million every month. This was not only a huge loophole for FedEx, but one of the biggest demotivations the ambitious team members of FedEx had to face at the initial phase of inauguration. To cover the expenses, the company asked pilots to use their credit cards to pay for fuel prices. But that's the worst favor a company could ask of its team members. The rest of the problems occurred during the time of issuing paychecks, not having enough bank balance in the company account. The company gently requested the employees to not cash the paychecks unless the company had acquired a stabilized condition. FedEx was on the verge of losing everything it once had and could see the drastic crashing of the financial state and high hopes of the team members. At this time, Fedrick was severely juggling between managing the costs, but he had to accept the reality that things were soon going to end. Fate had one more time to show its power and how it can change things in a mere blink of an eye. Fedrick had tried every avenue of raising investments to save his long-craved dream of FedEx, but no one would ever invest in a soon-to-crash company. After trying every possibility out, the soon-to-happen bankruptcy of FedEx became a popular talk of the town. After losing all the heavy bucks that FedEx ever had, the company had a mere $5,000 in the bank account. No one knew that this would ever become the last golden lucky charm of the company, to save its precious times, efforts, and money of decades. Success is not final, failure is not fatal, but that's the courage that keeps one struggling towards his goal. The climax comes here. Fedrick Smith was asked to give the last pitch to the board of General Dynamics. This aerospace and defense company wanted to give FedEx a last chance to secure a company-saving loan. But unfortunately, FedEx couldn't turn any deal into favor this time too, and the last chance of saving the company's fortune. However, one last unexpected act changed everything drastically. While returning from his meeting with the board of General Dynamics scheduled in Chicago, Fedrick was dwelled in multiple thoughts, wondering if they will be able to afford the fuel prices of the plane for the next week, or would have to stop everything right the next day. He was surrounded by all the chaos in mind while waiting for his flight to return to Memphis. Neither he had any more time nor any investment except that $5,000 that was his last hope. Suddenly, a thought provoked him to take the very next flight to Las Vegas, after canceling the one to Memphis that had only led him to depths of despair. He didn't know what he was up to, but had a strong vibe to make something big out of that $5,000 he only had. Surprisingly, he got into one of the famous casinos in Las Vegas and spent the weekend at the high-stakes blackjack table and gambled all that he had. It is not easy to believe that the mastermind Fedrick had turned that petty $5,000 into a whopping $27,000 just by making one right decision at the right time, with the strong favors of luck. We're not sure if Fedrick had ever been that old-school gambling guy, or was a mysterious act that happened in the critical scenario. But one thing we can vouch for is that if Fedrick had not caught that flight to Las Vegas, then we surely have forgotten the existence of FedEx ever went between us. Not only did he use that money to pay for the $24,000 fuel prices for the FedEx aircrafts the next week, but also made up to market capitalization of $41.5 billion by delivering over 14 million packages every single day in over 220 countries around the globe. On this awe-inspiring event, when Fedrick was asked the idea behind playing so risky with the company's last dime by Roger Frock, the Senior Vice President of Operations from Aerospace, in reply, he states, "What difference does it make? Without the funds for the fuel companies, we couldn't have flown the way through anyway." On observing this talented act, numerous investors came forward to invest funds in FedEx. Soon after that, Fedrick had remarkably achieved the milestone of raising $50 to $70 billion. This had to be written in gold in the history of incredible success stories of billionaires today. The journey from delivering 196,000 parcels in 1976 to 1 billion sales of parcels at present was not easy but worthwhile when we look behind this incredible story of Fedrick Smith, the owner of FedEx. By the way, if you're enjoying this content, a sub to the channel would be amazing, and do share your thoughts on Fedrick Smith's gamble in the comments section below.